It's February 28th, 2026, as we hear that the US bombed Iran.
Now, these strikes alone sent Iran to a national 40 days mourning, as well as killed the supreme leader of Iran. No, that is not all. That also made internet unrest and protesting happening in Iran. As I'm talking to you, 17 naval ships were sunken, located in Iran from these US strikes that we are experiencing today. And also, uh, drone facilities were targeted in cities like Asfahan and Karaj.
In retaliation, hours later, Iran suddenly bombed Dubai.
Now, the primary targets which were targeted by the Iranian military were Dubai International Airport, the Burj Al Arab, which is a luxury hotel, the Jebel Ali port, the US consulate, and the Al Minhad Air Base, which were targeted by the Iranian military. Pro-Iranian groups also launched cyber attacks on financial institutions and military websites in the US.
Now, all these conflicts happening in the Middle East, how does it affect the country of Nigeria in Africa?
Nigeria, a country located in West Africa with a population of 230 plus million people, as well as having the largest economy on the African continent. And we can't forget, Nigeria is an oil rich nation.
Now, looking at the scenario on how this happened, it looks like for me that Donald Trump has actually been planning this for years. If you look at how Donald Trump bombed Iran with style and with precision, you see that Donald Trump, he has been planning this for years. And also looking at the speeches he held about Iran threatening America or anything happening to American stuff, like American bases found in Dubai. Now, think back again. I said, in retaliation, the same day Iran was bombed by America, Iran bombed Dubai. Now, we see this scenario and we think, what does Nigeria have to do with what is happening in the Middle East? And today, I'm going to tell you what Nigeria has to do with it. If you're a Nigerian, you may have noticed it. The Naira suddenly is stronger. Let's say 1 week ago or two, $1 was 1,500 Naira. And now, $1 is 1,300 Naira. Did you notice? The Nigerian Naira got stronger overnight. And now we see this conflict with Iran. What is happening?
As a matter of fact, due to this recent success of the Nigerian Naira, the Nigerian Naira held the title as the currency with the best performing performance of 2026 April.
Now all of us know that Nigeria is the largest crude exporter on the African continent. And then what Nigeria has in common with Iran is that both of them are crude exporters from the African continent. Now, in a scenario, let's cover it up real quick. In a scenario where Iran is being bombed by the US and Europe, which are the Western countries, Europe is getting oil from Russia. Like in a normal case, they're getting oil from Russia before the war between Russia and Ukraine. But now that they're in war, Europe can't get any oil from Russia anymore, which put them in a tight space since 2022. and they have been getting oil from mixed countries. For example, Iran, also US, also Venezuela, which has been captured, which the president has been captured, and their oil is now under US control. Their soil is now under US control. And it's not that US actually ships much oil to Europe, because that oil that they produce actually, I think, is from other countries which they refine and then they export out of the country. And what is left?
And you probably guessed it, it's Nigeria, the giant of Africa.
That is not all actually. Nigeria has received a sudden boom on its economy, which, as a Nigerian as I am really proud of my country. Even though Nigerians are there out there shouting, "Ah, Nigeria is no good. Ah, Nigeria is this. Ah, Tinubu is this. Tinubu is destroying the whole country." Look, I'm not saying that Tinubu is the best president, but sometimes we must give credit for what he's doing. Sometimes we must give credit for what he's doing. And as I said, Nigeria is receiving a sudden boom. Now, I have posted a video on my channel. Please feel free to go check that video out. I explain to you what kind of booms that Nigeria is experiencing right now. Now, these booms are also contribute also to the Naira's strengthening. Now, if you say, if Nigeria can do this, if Nigeria can do this kind of thing, like strengthening the Naira, for example, why hasn't it done it a while ago? Well, that is what I am about to explain for you now. You see, imagine if, for example, you're a new president and you want to increase trade. You want that people buy more from your country, and you want to appeal them. You want to make them appealed to trade with your country for economic growth. Of course, you want that to happen, right? Now, the smart move that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, did is that he let the Naira flow. What I mean by flow is that he just kicked off all things that stresses the Naira, let the Naira flow. As he let the Naira flow, do you know what happened? People started coming in because they saw, oil prices are cheaper in Nigeria than in Iran, for example. Oh, we'll go to Nigeria. We buy, and we still have money because the things are cheap. You go to a lithium place in Nigeria. It's cheaper in Nigeria than in Iran. Let's buy. That is how you do it. That is how it works. And not you let your money be like $1 is one naira. Who's gonna come for you? Who's gonna buy with you? Who's gonna trade with you if your things are really that expensive? Nobody. That is just That is just politics. That is how politics works. Politics is really, 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 really complicated. Even for me, as I'm speaking right now, it is really complicated. When you do one step, when you do one move, then it can be that move it brings things that work and things that don't work. For example, you say, let's do everything free. The people will be happy, but the economy don't. That is how economy works. That is just simplified though. The real economy is really hard. We have to learn how to survive. That is just it.
The decision by the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, of reducing input and stressing the Naira in 2023 in his year of election made many significant advantages for Nigeria and disadvantages, which were, for example, massive inflation in markets and also leading the people into severe poverty.
But with that, I am not saying that Iran and US should keep fighting. Me, I want global peace. I want every country to be at peace. But I just want to, in this video, with this video, I just want to show that how in recent days the naira strengthened, how what capacity Nigeria has. With this channel, actually, I want to represent Nigeria. I want to make sure Nigeria is known out there. I want to make sure Nigerians are proud to be Nigerians. That is just my goal. And I love Iranians. I love US citizens. I love Israelis. I love Europeans. I love Palestinians. I love Africans. I love North Americans. I love South Americans. I love Asians. I love any tradition. I love anybody. Anybody in this world. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I remain MX for you guys. Peace.